Maddalena, you there?
Hey,
Hey, I'm sorry to take so long. Oh,
no
how
worries.
are you doing? How are you doing? You had two more units to do. How's it feel?
Um, all right. Feels good.
Good. I got your last email and I was very, very delighted by it. Yeah. That's switching to the actual Greek is
Yeah,
such a dramatic difference from struggling through the exercises, which are crazy contortions,
right.
meant to push you to the limit. So, yeah, no, once you get into that Greek and you feel, oh, wait a minute, I'm getting a grip on this. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
way better. That's way better. Okay, we've got a lot of work to do tonight. So
yep.
here's what I want to do. I want to go to your review
Okay.
and I want to put it up, go to page 419. Here, move. Okay, I can take over. 419, starting there at the translations. I
Yeah.
want you to pick. Well, let me ask you this first.
Okay.
Let's see. There were a couple here that were really good examples that I wanted to show you. Okay, there's look at number six.
Okay.
They tell you that's a genitive absolute there in the bottom. Let's try to translate this
hmm
together. Did you get to this one or no?
yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and read it and tell me what you got.
Okay. Εκεί των πολέμιων εν taus εν 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 tautoi. Um, um, they're standing, um, of the enemies.
Hmm.
Um, in there we stopped them.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's look at a couple of things real quick. Where is your
Okay.
genitive absolute? Your genitive absolute is stanton ton polemion.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to use the translation formula with the blank having blanked. With those
Okay.
soldiers
With the sword.
standing, eke, there,
Uh-huh.
and palsamitha, you got the rest, right? We stopped. We ourselves stopped. Right
hmm
up into this location. Good. I just want you to see the genitive absolute for the
Oh yeah.
stanton ton polemon.
Okay.
Since those soldiers, stopped over there, we
Yeah.
stopped ourselves in that spot. All right. Okay. So it's just trying to let you know, hey, this is how a genitive absolute works. Okay. I'm gonna grade these.
hmm
So I want you to do number nine is a fear clause. Fear clause.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Fear
that one. And
clause.
it's got some
Okay.
tough verbs in it, lothoyan and whatnot.
Okay. Um, w- we were not being afraid. Um, that they might escape all evil they have done.
Yeah, let's break it down, go a little bit
Okay.
slower. Ephobumitha, right? There's your main verb. Then you get a fear. A fear clause is always going to have that may in it, right? We were afraid lest or that.
Last, yeah.
Lest what?
Lest they es escape. They
Okay.
might escape.
Yeah,
or
escape some notice, right? And who is it that we're afraid is going to escape? Who's the subject here? It's got to be poiesantes, because that's
um
nominative plural, right?
puissante.
Yeah.
The yeah, so is that um like the doing evil?
Yeah, we were afraid that those doing evil would
Those
escape.
doing
Yeah, would escape.
would escape. Okay.
Yeah, would
Mm,
evade everybody's. The process there is really everybody's notice, right? Because
okay.
that's who's being evaded, right? Fantastic. Good. I wanted you to feel that. Let's go back up. Mm, number 3A, please. O Adelphe, pauson tonde ton eischron zographon.
Um
Oops. Yeah.
so oh brother. Um
It doesn't make a lot of sense,
stopped.
but yeah.
Is it stop
Good.
this shameful writing. The the young epidemic pneumonia. Um, I didn't do this one, but
Oh, well,
epidemic.
that's good. You told me you're doing it at sight. Look, so fantastic. And for two reasons. You jumped on it at sight and you're doing pretty good. Well, then take your time and put it together. Good.
Okay. Um.
So you're right so
I.
far. You're right so far with that pauson, right? That's an imperative, right?
Yeah.
Stop that wretched zographon, that wretched painter.
Painter.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Now
life writer.
jump to the end. Jump to the end and see epideknumenon. Yeah, right. Life writer.
Yeah.
Epideknumenon, right? It's in
Yeah.
the accusative, just like zographon. So it's
Okay.
telling you what that zographon is doing. That zographon is epideknumenon.
It's. I don't.
Dek,
Uh. Dig is
dek,
like is
numi,
just technomy
to show or
to show.
exhibit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Um.
stop that outrageous painter
That
who's
showing.
who's
Yeah, the
who's showing
showing. Yeah.
what?
Skill
Uh-huh. You can say the art.
or art. Yeah.
And who's he showing him to? Tois neois.
The young.
Yeah. Right? Okay. I guess you should stop him. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are they telling you? That's an imperative plus a supplementary participle with Powell to stop
Hmm.
somebody doing something, right? To stop him who's he's showing those things, right? Keep him from
Yeah.
showing those poor kids that art, man. It's gross, right? Apparently, for whatever reason, it's just an exercise. Look at B. May Powell say a prohibitive subjunctive. It says prohibitive subjunctive underneath it. And then you got a supplementary participle with Powell, my. So may Powell say, all right,
Hmm.
ozographe. So
Don't
O painter, yeah, don't what?
don't stop.
Hmm. Don't stop what? Ek didaskon.
Um, sh displaying,
No,
right?
this is didasco. This isn't
Adidas. Oh,
taking me. This
okay.
is didasco, yeah. To teach.
Um, to teach. Don't stop teaching the young. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. See how that says don't stop, O painter,
Hmm.
teaching the young? Right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Look, perfect. 100% on that one, right?
Hmm.
Fantastic. Now I want you to go to page, boom. Go to page 423.
Okay.
And I want you to. Mm-mm. Number 8.
Okay.
Okay. So
Hmm.
you can see similar structure and whatnot. So take 2 minutes now or 5 minutes, whatever. Read it to yourself and do it like it's an exam.
Okay. I don't know what the word lanthanoid means or what the word is for that one.
Page 404 is the vocab list.
Yeah, give it a minute. It may jar itself loose too. Okay. Where are you thinking? Where are you go? What's spinning? Is there anything catching you?
Um, yeah, a little bit. Well, okay. I was thinking, that is something like you do not, you're not fearing, or you do not fear, um, the
Try you were afraid that not. Try the may oo as that not. You were afraid
that
that
not,
ulanthanoita.
okay, that those doing bad might not escape notice of. Is that the right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now almost one slight switch here. Yeah,
I feel
you
like it's
were afraid.
backwards.
You were afraid. Yeah, you were afraid that you might not escape the notice, right? Now, it's somebody's notice that you're
Hmm.
escaping, but just keep that for now, that you might not escape the notice, right? And what are you doing?
Hmm.
Doing caca,
Okay.
doing bad
Yeah.
things to the citizens, right? You were afraid that you might not escape their notice doing bad things to the citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. See how it's just a slight
Okay. Yeah.
change there? Yeah, Lanthano. Oh, God. What are we practicing? That whole escape somebody's notice, right? Oh, God. Fear clause. Okay. Okay. Now go to, and I'm going to finish your exam, but I want to go first to the Medea. And I want to
Oh
read the
yes.
Medea. What page was that on?
Mm,
Four, one, four,
458.
seven, seven. I'm sorry, what page?
58. 458.
458. Was it that far back? 458. I'm trying something new tonight just to see where I'm trying to assess you in a different
Yeah.
way. So just bear with me. It'll all come together. Don't worry. It's all workout. So it'll all be good for you. Okay. Now, as if this were a test, because these are the tests that you'll be getting in the future.
Yeah.
As if this were a test, I want you to look at the first lines of the trophos, that nurse, right?
Yeah.
And I want you to say, there's three lines. I want you to say them like it's a sentence that they're quoting, but I want you to use the vocabulary, okay? And give me a translation. Can you do that?
I'll do my best. Okay.
Good. You did get a chance to look at this, right?
Yeah.
Good. Fantastic. Go for it.
Al oide paides ectro con pepau minoi. But these children, um, mm, okay, pepau minoi stechusi, um, from having stopped running are coming.
Yeah, let's
Um,
just stop there because you're perfect so far. Pepalminoi. right? Having
Yeah.
stopped ek trochon. What is that trochon? They tell you it's a circular
Oh,
race
it's
or running.
yeah, running
They're coming from the track.
race. Okay.
School just let out, and their nurse, their trophos, is guiding them back home. Is what's going on, right? So they've ceased from the track. They're coming away from the track, and metros uden.
And yeah, Metro Suden in New Minoy. Um, and they don't. Oh wait, and they don't. Oh, Uminoy Kakon. They don't consider the mothers evil or bad.
Yeah, right. They don't. It's not in their minds. They're thinking about coming home from their school, right?
Niegar fontisuk algain file. For young minds don't suffer for love.
That's
That's what.
close. That's close. One
Yeah.
switch something around. That
Okay.
young mind uk file.
Ook file. Not for not love. Or files
Yeah, doesn't love Algain
doesn't love suffer.
to
Or
suffer, right?
was it
Algain's the
what
infinitive.
does it say? Yeah.
Good, good. I want you to see that that's the
Hey.
infinitive for feline, right? Love to do something. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So you made sense of those lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Using the very same kind of testing principle, tell me in that sentence that ends in the first word on the first line, I mean, on the
Yeah.
third line, that long sentence, where's the main verb?
Mm. Oh, isn't it? It's an invisible bee, isn't it? Is there?
No,
Well, there is one, but the
mm.
pepaumen noise
That's a
is
participle, so that's not going to be our main
participle.
verb.
Okay. Then it would be mm, uh
How about stehusi? Look
oh,
at
I was gonna
that.
say that, but I didn't know
Yeah,
if
you
it
should
was
have,
running.
right? Right?
Okay.
Because that's your steho, that's your verb.
Yeah.
Good. And it's just a present indicative active, right? How about this second sentence that's on the third line? Negar frontis uk algen file. Where's the main verb?
Yeah. It's Algain, right?
Nope, that's the
No,
infinitive. The
that's
infinitive and
okay. In front.
can't be the main verb. The infinitive can't be the main verb.
Mm, File.
Good, file.
Yeah.
Right? File doesn't, I mean, love, right? It's just love.
Yeah.
And yeah, phileo. So yeah, good.
Mm-hmm.
Just a present indicative, right? Now, without translating, look at lines 49 to 52. The first sentence ends with the semicolon,
Yeah.
kaka, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
question. So where's the main verb in it? I don't care about how to translate. I just want the main verb.
Um, is it uh Threomine? Threomine?
Um, Excuse me. No.
So,
Excuse me. That's a participle.
mm. What is it
Right.
asking
So
me?
let's find something in the. Is anything look like it's in the indicative? Any kind of See what I'm doing? These are all Greek verb or words that you've never seen. So now you
Yeah.
just have to look through it. You have a limited vocabulary, but you got to look through it despite that, and you got to find the verb. That's all we're
It's a
practicing on doing is structure. Yeah, try again. Anything else in there? You'll kick yourself when I tell you.
Estica, Estica.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's the
Right?
standing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's from
Mm-hmm.
histemi, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, good. Hestekos. There's a gorgeous histemi just sitting there trying to be invisible. Now, in the last line of that set, posumone media lepestai thele. Which one of those looks like it can be the verb? And that's a question, by the way. I read it like it was a statement, but it's a question.
Okay. Lace the style. Okay.
Infinitive.
Oh, it's
Infinitive from lepo, so it can't be the main.
yeah, it's a wish. Lace
Yes, thele. You got it.
Thele.
You got it for
Thele. Yeah.
thele, right?
Yeah.
Good. Turn the page to 459. Go to the bottom line 59. I mean, it's at the top in the paragraph, but it's on line 59 of the paragraph.
Okay.
So it starts out upogar.
Ubo.
Which one of those words is the verb?
Poetai.
Yep, Pawatai, you got it. You got it.
Yes.
Yeah. So not yet has the wretched woman ceased from her. She doesn't
Wailing.
stop now from her goon, from her mourning, right? Which
Yeah.
is curious because a goes is a magician, right? So
Oh, yeah.
Medea's doing things. You're gonna pick up little things like that. That okay, this word tags her as a magus, right? So okay,
Yeah.
Pawatai. Good. And then let's see. Do we have mm, on line 56? You see that first word on 56?
Ego.
Yeah. What is that?
I. Um. For I. It's like
Yeah, it's the personal pronoun
yeah.
I, right? Personal
Yeah.
pronoun. Good. And ekbebeka, right? From ekbino. So there's a verb there. Good. And you got a hoste following that. Good. Structure. Finally, okay. Here's what I want to do. I
Okay.
want to go back to one more sentence, and then I'm going to say, let's take a break. And this one
Great.
is, where is the good? Nope. Where's that going? How about number? I want to give you a good one because I want it to have a good structure in it. So just give me a second. Okay, number 14.
Okay.
Take a minute. Can I interrupt for a second?
You have to be my guess.
Y- Tell me what, or not tell me. This is a particular type of construction. So make sure
Yeah.
you're identifying it. Step back from translating and just make sure you
Mhm.
can tell me, yeah, this is a blank and it's, made off of
Yeah.
blank and blank. Okay, sorry. Keep going. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
All right. What'd you get?
Um. Okay. The men not doing good. Oh, women. Some might teach the kids good through nature.
Oh, no. Did we do the wrong ones?
What
This is page
did I do?
424.
Ah, damn it. I did the 421, but nice.
Oh, that's
All
terrible.
right.
I'm so sorry.
Just send me straight to bed. All right.
Okay, I'm so
Uh,
sorry. I should have said something to you. I didn't realize. Okay. All
my
right,
bad.
yeah. Look at number 14. We can go back to that one if you want, but look at number
It's okay.
14.
This one looks easier than that one.
It's a specific construction. I want you to look at it and tell me what kind of sentence it is, and then
Mhm.
translate it for me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's 14. Give it a shot on 14.
Okay. I bet. Okay.
It's good for you anyway to do extra Greek. So good job.
Yeah, thanks. So it's A plus oites aorist and then aorist on uh so it would be like a past contractual. Is that right?
No, do not
No.
translate it
Okay.
as a past counterfactual. Look at
Okay.
doi eta again and prat oimen.
Okay.
Notice there's an on as well. So
Yeah.
those are not aorists.
Mm,
Subjunctives. Those are what?
mm. Um.
Optatives.
Yeah.
So translate them as a plus optative, optative plus on.
Okay.
You
Yes.
which you may remember which one that is. It's my favorite, if that helps.
Uh, visualize vivid. Right.
Good. So
No.
translate it like a future less vivid.
So okay. So so the good should I don't know what day is or day.
It's second person plural from ditto me.
Did only.
Yeah, to give.
Yeah, that's yeah to give. Um. So the good give to the gods, and that they would guard them. They would guard them well.
Almost would. You got the would
Would
from the should would clause, right? But put in a
would
should for
be
the
wait a minute.
yeah, and make it second person plural, the if clause. If you
If you should
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah. If you should give
Good.
to the
Agatha.
gods,
No, no, not to the
they
gods.
give
That's
well.
yeah, no, it's not to the
It's
gods. That's oh
also
stay
yeah.
away.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
Just
Good. If
evocative.
you could give
If you
good.
should give,
Should
that's
give.
okay.
uh,
Don't you feel like you're at the end of the battle and you're like, oh God, no, I just can't
mhm,
hold it, right? If you should give good things, oh gods,
good things.
you would do, pratoimen, you would do well. Okay,
Okay.
so that was a
Perfect.
should would conditional, future less vivid. You got on the second try, right? Okay, here's what I want to do. After testing you, I see the particulars of what you need work on,
Okay.
but I also see that the most important thing that you're doing is focusing on structure. Here, I'm going to stop sharing. And the most important thing you're doing is focusing on structure. So the fact that you can go and find the verb at all in the first place is huge. Because I know once you find the verb, you can figure out the structure of the entire sentence.
All
It's
right.
just a matter of time of developing that. So we are
Yeah.
working on getting that base done. All of the material in the next two lessons is obvious stuff that you really should have already been giving, but they're just filling in little tiny details. There's nothing big about verbs. There's nothing big. There's no big point of grammar that you're going to be learning. All we're doing now for the rest of the book is filler. We're just filling in. Like today, you're going to learn the forms of the verb to be. Do you really need to have the forms of the verb to be? No, you don't. But if you want to emphasize them, there they are. And so it's stuff like that. And the personal pronouns. Okay. So you're still in the 88 to 90 ish range. And I can see now from testing you, I can see we're stretching the limits of how much we're packing in. We need a little more review. We need more time to review, right? And we're
Okay.
not going to have it. So this is
Hmm.
a serious consideration in my head. We're suffering in performance a little bit due to the fact that we don't have enough time to get all
Yeah.
to go over this and reemphasize it. You don't have time to reread the last two units, right? So,
Right.
okay. All right. I'm going to read through two more units with you. Not read through them, but just pick out the big things that you need to learn.
Yeah.
Okay. The big things that you need to learn. And all I want you to do is cognitively kind of process moving through the material. I don't want you to say, okay, I've got another paradigm to learn. I want you to say, oh, look at this paradigm. It looks similar to things that I've seen before. So it's
Yeah.
not really that much that new. Okay. Take 5 minutes. Let's just take 5 minutes because we don't want to keep you up
Okay.
too late tonight. And we'll do the big hits of 15 and 16.
Okay.
All right. Now, I know you'd rather stab yourself in the eye than continue, right? I kn- all that hope and joy that you achieved through reading Apollodorus so fluently and enjoying that is all dashed to pieces with another day of Greek. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. It's fine.
Don't try not to take it too seriously. Serious because look what you're doing, Madeline. Your brain is pushing against it. It's pushing and pushing and
Mm,
pushing and pushing, and it's trying to assimilate it. So the very fact that it's doing work is where you get the that's where you get the real benefit, right? I mean,
yeah.
can you really grade how well somebody is working out? Yeah, you can say they're getting to certain levels, but all of that workout is good. So don't feel, like, oh God, I gotta do more of this. Yeah, look how easy this is gonna be. Go to Unit 15, the first page. I've got it on my screen share. See this chart for the
Yeah.
interrogative, right? Pronoun and adjective, right? So tis, ti is how we say it. Tis, ti. And look at the masculine and feminine forms. Tis, tinos, tinny, tina. That's nice. Looks just like a third declension noun, doesn't it? And then in the plural, tines, tinon, tisi, tinas. Those really are not new forms that you're learning. Okay. It's just a way to ask a question. It's an interrogative. Who or what, right? Tis, who? Who's going to do something? That's super straightforward. And then, unfortunately, they give you a bunch of stupid accenting rules. I don't want you to worry about that. I just want you to see how this thing works. Look at these examples. Tinas epimsate. Right? The tinas is asking the question. Right? It's in the accusative case, so we're going to translate that whom, WHOM. Whom did you send? Epimsate. Nice aorist there. Pimpo, pimso, epimsa. Nice aorist. You sent who? Right? You sent whom? Tinas epimsate. Who are the people you sent? Right? Whom did you send? Good. Look at the one underneath that. Tina stratiotas epimsate. Right? Which of the stratiotas, which of the soldiers epimsate did you send? Which of the soldiers? These are all interrogatives. Tinas kunaikos epimsate. Which women did you send? See how it says literally, you sent which women? Epimsate, tinas, gunaikos. Do you see that?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Is that conceptually okay for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it really getting to be too much? You got to let me know, Maddalena, because I think
No, it makes sense.
no, it makes sense.
I
Oh,
get
so is it easy because you're bored? Oh God. Okay. Look at the last one at the bottom. T epimp sauce. T. That's our neuter, right? What thing did you send? You sent
yeah.
what? You sent
What
what?
send?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you sent? What did you send? Good. Okay. The next one you have to learn is the indefinite. And the indefinite pronoun is only an interrogative without its accent. Right?
Mhm.
So, how does it work? It doesn't mean who or what, it means someone or something. It's indefinite. Indefinite. Someone or something. And surprise, surprise, its forms just look like any old third declension noun. Tis, tenos, tinny, tenna. Again, okay, so we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry too much. This is easy stuff. Okay, then we get to enclitics. And I'm going to tell you one thing about enclitics. It's all you ever need to know. Okay,
Okay.
these are words that get attached to the word that comes before it. So it's going to hand on its accent to that word that comes
Yeah.
before it. That's it. That's all you need to know. What are these enclitics? Ge, per, right? And look at per, how per has a dash. That means it doesn't stand on its own. It has to be attached to the word that it's with. So whatever
Mm.
it's adding force to, it's you just tack on a pair at the end of it. Pote at some
Interesting.
time. Poo, just someplace. Poo, someplace. Pos, some way, in some way. Te and toy, let me tell you, right? They say toy, you know what I mean? Toy. So, okay. All right. Now, all these accents that follow, forget about that. I just want you to know what an enclitic is. I don't want you to memorize anything about it because in section 115, we're going to have finally the verb to be, Amy, right?
Yeah.
And it's important that you notice the accent is over the second iota. It's on the end of the word, Amy, because there's also an Amy. which means to go. Amy to go, Amy to be. I know they could have made it a little less confusing, right? But they didn't. Here are the forms of it. Notice that you're only going to get it in certain types, right? We're only going to get a present, an imperfect, a present subjunctive, a present optative, present imperative. Look at the present indicative. Amy, A, Esti, Esmond, Este, AC. Amy, notice that it's kind of a me verb, right? It's got a me at the end of it. So
Yeah.
Amy, A, Esti. Is there any way to memorize this, to cheat? Look at the plurals and you get the min and the te that you expect for that first person and second person plural. But the other forms are kind of, unique. So you just have to remember, put together in your head, this one you do have to memorize. Amy, A,
Okay.
S, D, Esmond, Este, AC. Let me just hear you run through it. Amy, A, S, D, Esmond, Este, AC.
ABASDSMNSDASC.
Good.
SC.
Amy, I am. A, you are. Este, he, she, it is. Esmond, we are. Este, you, plural, are. And AC, they are. Now, you're always going to see that one. Maybe a little less, way less often, but maybe the second most common one is the imperfect next to it.
Yeah.
And you'll notice the forms are esta, ain, amen, eta, ason.
Yeah.
Again, no rhyme or reason. These you just got to memorize. And to be honest, the one that you're going to see most is this one, the ain, the third person singular, right? There was, always a narrative. They like to use this ain, right? In the beginning, in arche, ain was hologos. Right? In the
Yeah.
beginning was the logo. So that's the one you're going to see most. If you memorize these two, you'll be well off. Then you get the subjunctive and the optative. And just notice that the subjunctive looks like long vowels by themselves. It's just the ending of all of the verbs that we have been looking at. Look at it. O, ace, a, omen, eta, osi. You mean that's the verb to be? So you mean all this time that I've been doing subjunctives, all I'm doing is tacking on the verb to be on the end of it. Yep.
Nice. That's cool.
Nice. Right? So, okay. That makes you feel a little bit better, like the world is understandable, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, right. You've got you've got Greek depressive disorder. It's common. It's common. No, I'm serious. It's common. Um, the present optative active, notice that it's got the epsilon iota. So you got that iota then popping up over and over. And that's pretty
Mhm.
good. You can say, okay, that looks pretty normal. But this present imperative, I just read a text earlier this afternoon that has this imperative right here. This is the second person singular imperative. So it's be when you're talking to one person. Be all you can be, right? That's the second person imperative for the verb to be. Be, isti, be. Oh, God. Now, the funny thing is this looks just like the verb for knowing, right? So it could be knowing as well. Why are being and knowing so similar? Oh, God. Right?
Uh,
Look at the participles. Are you surprised? They're just the endings of the participles we had before. On, usa, on, right? On, ontos, onti, onta. You know those endings already. You're not learning anything new. This is just the participle by itself for the verb to be. And you would translate it like if you had this usa and you were talking about the musa, you would say she is being. Musa, usa, being the muse. All right. That's
yeah. That's
Now,
nice.
what do you think about Musa that it looks so similar to the verb to be? Is there something then about the mu that is in the muse that is like the root? Is that what it's
It's
going?
like the existence of. That's interesting.
Yeah, right. The existence
reality
of what?
itself.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's musical
Yeah. Yeah. And another factor we're not considering is this is all
mm,
pitched and everything so that it sounds a certain way.
too.
So, okay. All right. Okay. So that's the verb to be. That's the verb to be. Look at its use here. Agathoi esmen, we are good people. Agathoi esmen, we are esmen. Agathoi, good people. And agathoi is in the nominative case because we are the subject of the verb. We, right, are the nominative case.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to say something that we are, I need a nominative. Agathoi esmen, we are good. Eudaimones este. You are happy. You are eudaimones. Ah, good. All right. Now, the dative of the possessor. What the hell is that? Just look at the example. Ekenoi toiandri, to that guy, esti mikra oikia, is a small little oikia. Oh, that guy's got a mikra oikia. I'm
Uh,
sorry for him, right? I mean, so, life's not fair, right? That's just the way it is. Okay. For everyone, right? Esti mikra oikia. There's a little house, ekenoi toi andri. Literally to that man. So, what is it? It's a dative of the possessor. It's the person who possesses the oikia. Okay,
mm,
look at this note though, because this note is actually good. That man has a small house. Note the difference between the genitive and the dative when showing possession. The dative stresses the existence of the object and answers the question, what does the man have? The genitive in a similar sentence puts stress on the owner and answers the question, who has the thing? So let's
yeah.
see that one.
Nice.
Ekenu tu andros. Ekenu tu andros. When we're using the genitive, we're trying to figure out who has it. So there's a little house. Small is the house of Ekenu, right? Of this guy. This guy has a small house, right? That man, look at the bottom one. That man's house is small, right? Okay, fine. I get it. It's a genitive. It's a genitive, and
Yeah.
when we're stressing that genitive, we want to know who is it. When we're stressing the dative, we want to know what is that thing, right? What does the man have? Okay. Anyway, okay. Is that makes perfect sense, right? You didn't need any
Hmm.
help with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's keep going then. The adverbial accusative. Okay, all you need to know is you can have that accusative stand as an adverb. That's all. An accusative can stand as an adverb. Ti tauta epoiesas. Right? Why? Ti? Why? Epoiesas. Did you do tauta these things? Okay. Why? Why did you do it? Where's the adverb we're looking for? The ti itself becomes the adverb, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
For what reason, right? Oh God. Look at the next example. Tina tropon. In what way? Tina tropon. You see the tina is the interrogative. It's asking the question. Tina tropon. What way? Literally that just says what way. It's in the accusative.
Yeah.
So we're saying, okay, it's going to do it. We're going to turn it into an adverb, right? Tonde ton tropon tutto e poi essa. I did tutto this. Tonde ton tropon. In the following way or in this way.
Mm.
In this way. Okay, so basically, what is this? Sometimes when you have an accusative hanging, just dangling there, and it doesn't seem to be the object of any verb, it's not a direct object, what do you have to do? You have to play with it and you say, well, can I use it adverbially? Can I answer the question how I did it? Right?
Yeah.
Tonde ton tropon. I did it in this way. That's all. That's all. Okay. Personal pronouns. I want you to say these. The only way to memorize these is just to say them out. Ego mu moi me or ego mu moi me. Su soy say. Do you see them? I and you. Ego mu moi me.
Yo.
Su soy say. Hear how they
Nice.
kind of they make a funny.
So.
Mm-hmm. That's how you do the ego and the su. You just say them. Ego mu moi me. Su su soy say. And you got to remember that that ego can have an epsilon on the front of its oblique cases, genitive, dative, and accusative. It can have that epsilon. But
Okay.
more often than not, you'll see it without it. You'll just see mu for the genitive, right?
Yeah.
Of
Uh-huh.
me, mu. To or for me, moi. I like me, may. That's silly, but okay. Ego mu moi me, and then su su soy say. They're similar. Look at the plurals now. The only thing you have to do is look. They all start with hame for me or whom for you, and those have rough breathings. Hame for me or whom for you, and then you just change the endings. Hemes, hemon, hemin, hemas. Hemes, we do something. Hemon, of us. Dative, hemin, to or for us, and then I fed us. Hemos in the accusative, direct object. And the humes is just it's just got a different vowel in the front when you switch from we to you. So that's first person plural and second person plural. No
Okay.
problem. No problem. Those are our pronouns, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't need to drown these out. We're going to get reflexive pronouns myself. Myself. So you got all the forms for that. They look regular. There's no problem. Looks just like our normal declensions, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, what's really important in this is go to, and I guess we need to do the reflexives on page 445. Go to page 445 and look how you say his friend, right? Ho tutophilos, right? The friend of this guy, or ho philos autu, right? The
Of
friend
him.
of him. Remember
Yeah.
that autu, those oblique cases of autos, those become pronouns. So look at the one underneath that. Ho tautes philos. It's literally the friend of her or her friend. And next to that is ho philos autes, which is the friend autes of her.
Yeah.
See how that works? You can do it in
Uh-huh.
an attributive type position between the article and the noun, or you can do it after the noun in the predicate position. Okay, look at the
Nice.
third. Look at the third example. Hoi tutu philoi, the friends of this guy, or hoi philoi autu. Again, it's the same thing. This is beating a. This is too much around the same thing. Look at the Greek examples. Read me that Greek example under where it says to show reflexive possession in the singular, the genitive of the reflexive pronoun is used in the attributive position. Let's just read that in
Okay.
Greek and tell me that you understand how it's translated.
Epipsa ton emautu adelphon. I sent my own brother. So
Good.
yeah.
You get it? How the
Uh-huh.
imautu is indicating your own. I
Yeah.
sent my own brother. Imautu. It's literally I
Yeah.
sent the brother of myself.
Yeah. Of myself, I was just thinking that. It's like,
Yeah, no, that's
yeah.
that's exactly what it is. Right? So good. Good. And in the one underneath that, you sent your
This
own
your
brother
own
or you
brother.
sent the brother of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And under that, epemsaton adelphon heautu, he sent the brother of himself.
mm,
Yeah, he sent the brother. Good. Now look what happens though. Less commonly, you can use the possessive adjectives imos and sos, mine and yours, like the following. Epimsa, I sent ton imon adelphon. Literally, I sent my imon, my brother. Now
yeah.
we've been saying I sent my brother forever without imon. And it is true that it is implied that that brother is the speaker's brother. You don't have to have imon there. This is strictly for emphasis. I sent my brother, right? You didn't send your brother. I sent my brother. You hear that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Good. Good. And then there's in the plural. We sent our own brother. We sent our brother. We sent the brother of
Of
ourselves.
ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can use either hemetron by itself, which just means our own, or you can use it with auton. Yeah. Indicating
Yeah.
it's ours, right? Of this. Oh, God, seriously? It's a possession of these themselves, right? It's a possession
Uh-huh.
of these guys ourselves. Look at the look at the um yourself. Where's the you here? Look at the second one down. Epemsate
Second one.
ton humeteron adelphon,
Yeah.
which honestly you're gonna see that. I think that's more common. You sent
Yeah.
your brother, your own brother, you sent the brother that is reflexively yours.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that was 15. That was 15. Now, if you just buzz now to 16, you're going to notice we have the same filler. What's the first thing we get in 16? Boom. Sorry. Boom. We got a little Sophocles in there too. That's always fun to read. Boom. Now, instead of on page, what is this, 481?
Or 61.
Where are we?
Right.
Yeah, 461. I don't know why it says on my digital readout it's 481, but is that? Yeah, it says 481. I wonder why. Huh. The verb fame. Look, we had the verb Amy to be last time, so now we're going to have fame, which means to say. And these are the most common verbs of the Greek language. The verb to be and the verb to say, right? Even though the verb to be is invisible, it's going to be all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with fame, the verb for to say or assert. No, you're going to see this overwhelmingly in the present and the aorist. Okay,
Right.
overwhelmingly in the present and the aorist. So,
Yeah.
okay, the verb has only an active voice because you can't be said, right? No problem. It has like didomi, tithemi, and histemi. It has two vowel grades, a fe and a fa. I had somebody send me, LH sent me a something with the fa root in it, and I had to send back and say where it's coming from. Okay, anyway, fantastic, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so here are the forms. Famey, I say, face, you say, facey. He, she, it says, famen. Look, it switches its vowel grade, drops it to an alpha. Famen, fate, fasi. We say, fate, you say, fasi, they say. You get an imperfect, present subjunctive, present optative, and a present imperative. Are you surprised? These are the forms that you're getting just like from the verb to be. Once again, all you're doing is using those. Look at the subjunctive, oase, omen, to osi. That's the subjunctive of the verb to be. You're just adding it to the
Nice.
fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice when it makes sense, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those imperfects are going to look odd to you. Ephane, efface, effe, right? Effamen, effate, effason. That's okay, but yeah, it's a little bit. Ain, ace, a. That sounds like the verb to be again. It is. It is. It's
Yeah.
the verb to be. So a lot of reasoning going on here. Here's the participles: fos, fosophon, saying, fos, speaking,
Nice.
fos, right? She speaking did something, right? Hey,
Uh-huh.
fossa, fossa speaking. Good, 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 good. And then a bunch of rules. And then wait a minute. I thought we were getting grammar. No, we're not going to get grammar. We're just going to get more verbs. Here's a
Yeah.
verb, gignosko. Exceptionally common. Look at its aorist. It has a second aorist, agnon. Agnon. Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's got that. No, it's got that
To
long vowel
know.
grade on it. You're going to be confused about what that is the first time you see it. right? Until you
Yeah.
see that thing like 10 times, you'd be like, oh, wait a minute, that's that stupid aorist of gignosco, to know, right? To know, perceive, recognize. There's 80 different verbs for know. Okay. I'm warning you right now.
Yeah.
This one, let's see what the peculiarities are. What is this type of knowing? Boom. Watch. To come to know, to perceive, to know by observation. To know, okay, so this is the knowing that comes from observing, right? So when we say know in English, it's one word. I know. But when they say this know in Greek, because there's a dozen different knows, this know is focusing on that act of coming to a knowledge through one's senses. Look how they're using it: to know by reflection, to know by observation. We have oida. Here's another, it's not an other, it's another of many words to know. Oida, I know. I know because I am sitting here cogitating on it. Gignosco is I know because I can see what's going on. Do you see the difference?
Yeah. I
Gignosco.
okay,
Mhm.
no.
To know by perceiving. I know who you are from the way I perceive you, right?
Mm.
I don't know you, oida, from sitting around thinking. I know you from my perception. So I'm going to use gignosco. If I say I know what justice is, then I can use oida because I'm not talking about learning what something is from observation. I'm talking about understanding it. So it's kind of a, look at number three. Oh, goodness. This is the difficulty. See, you think it's so easy.
Oh
You
yeah.
think it's so easy. And then you find out, wait a minute, this is the no carnally. So if I know you by intercourse, it's because I have learned you through perception. It's not when I have intercourse with you, I'm not sitting there thinking, right? I am learning through my senses. So, yeah, there is a big difference. If you say I know someone and you use the wrong verb, that somebody may think you're having sex with someone, right? Okay, good. Adam, is this the Adam knew his wife Eve? I think it is. Let me see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I think it is. Yeah, here they're gonna give it to us in Latin. Adam vero cognovit. Cognovit is to know. Cognosco is their knowing, right? Like
Mm.
gignosco. Adam knew his wife Havam. Who the hell is Havam? Look at what the Latin does to Eve's name.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. And so she conceived and bore Cain. Yeah, saying, Poseidi, I have gotten hominum, a man per dominum, through the Lord. Oh, God.
Wow.
They're not even going to give us the Greek version. You guys suck, man. They're not even going to give us the Greek version. Oh, well, there we got the Latin. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, boom. All right, this time we go back. Okay, so here we are at the knowing, right? Egnon, right? I knew. I knew my wife, or I knew whatever. I hate to say that. It sounds so awful. Okay, here's the participle. Here's the participle knowing my wife, nous. The woman knowing the equation, nusa, right? Nusa, knowing the equation, right?
Mhm.
And then they give us the future optative. Oh God, seriously? Look, the future optative. Oimi, ois, oi, oimen. Oh God, who cares? It's just a future plus oimi. This is not new. Right? Future optative
Yeah.
active. I might teach. Pai del soy me. I might teach. Are you kidding? Here's our future infinitives. No problem. It's the same thing. One bit of grammar, and then this should be it. I think this was the it. Yep, because that's just the subject accusative. It's basically the same thing. Yep. They have this nice comparative though in the end. So what are they talking about here on page? Boom. Oh God. Indirect statement on page 465. Okay. We're gonna do
Yeah.
this. We're gonna do
Okay.
this, and I think I'm gonna give you a break, maybe do something fun, and then let you go. I don't
Okay.
mean like take. I don't mean take a break. I'm going to give you a break on the paradigms because you notice I'm not forcing you to go through those paradigms. You can go
Hmm.
back. You can go back like the verb to be. You see it
Yeah.
so little that if you ever see it in the future, you can say, "Wait a minute, I need to go back and remember which form this was." You can go back and do that, right?
Okay.
Ideally, if we had 10 weeks, I would sit here
Yeah.
and make memorize it exactly, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's finish up for tonight and look at the
Okay.
indirect statement. Look at the indirect statement in Greek. What is indirect statement? Look what they give you in English on 165. He says Socrates is doing this. That's a quotation, right? You can say, you can quote somebody or you can indirectly quote them. You can do it indirectly. And what is that? It's indirect statement. He says that. How do we translate that in English? He says that. All right. Somebody said that. When you have the that sitting in there in English, that's your indicator that you are in indirect statement. He says that
Nice.
Socrates is doing this. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Look at the paragraph under that because you will want to come back to this paragraph repeatedly. The indirect statement can be introduced by words, verbs of saying, but also thinking, believing, knowing, and perceiving. Now, think about it for a minute. Just use your that. I say that. I think that. I believe that. I know that. And I perceive that. That's all indirect statement. Whenever
Yeah.
you're going to kick yourself into that little knowing, believing, thinking, perceiving, that, you know, you're an indirect statement.
Okay.
And there's three different ways of expressing this in Greek. Okay. Look at the three different ways of expressing it. You can use a finite verb with a conjunction hoti or hos, but hoti is more common. He knows that hoti. He knows that. Number two, you can use an infinitive plus a subject accusative. He knows that blank is blank. Your
Okay.
subject becomes an accusative and your infinitive becomes your verb. Or you can use a participle instead of an infinitive that way. So let's just look at examples of it. So the first one is our haughty. We're going to use haughty for our indirect statement. Okay. Lego, to say or speak, is used in indirect statement, right? So let's look at an example for Lego. Okay. Lege, he says, or she says, or it says, haughty, that Socrates tuto poie. Look, it's simple. That
Yeah.
Socrates poie does this. Does that look? It's just
That's
easy.
this.
All
Yeah.
you're doing is,
Uh-huh.
yeah, you're just using an indicative. That's all, right? No problem. No problem. Poie. That's I can translate that without even. If I just translate haughty as that, I'm good. He says that Socrates does this. Okay. Look at the next one. Lexe. He will say haughty that Socrates uk epoiesin that Socrates
I
didn't
didn't
do.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this. Yeah, good. So again, haughty is easy to use. We're just using the indicative, right? No problem,
Yeah.
right? Oh, now watch this. Apen. We're putting it into a past tense. He said, that's, can you believe? Look at the principal parts of the verb lego. Look at these bastards. This is one of the commonest verbs in Greek. Yeah, look at what the principal parts do. Lego, I say. Ero or lexo, I will say. Apon or Alexa, I said. What? Seriously? What's happening logically here? If you look at the future, we're using basically two different verbs to mean the same thing. It means in part of the Greek speaking world, Lego was all the roots. Lego, Lexo, Alexa, right? But because ero was used for Lego in a different part of the Greek speaking world, we can say Lego, ero, epon. It's two verbs
Mm,
coming together. That's all. It's just two
yeah.
verbs coming together. Okay. More on the hoti. Hoti. Look at this. Go down to this one. Apen hoti. He said that Socrates poiese. What happens when you throw in a future?
Would
He
do this.
said,
Yeah.
because it's in the
He
past, he
said,
said that Socrates, all of a sudden you got to kick that future into what looks to you and I like an optative, would do this. He said
mm,
that Socrates would do this because we wouldn't say in English, he said that Socrates will do this, would we? Well, we may, but it's not proper, right?
mm,
We have to shift that into its optative form. He said that Socrates would do this. There's very little difference between a future and an optative. Okay, what is the future? It's something that's never going to happen. It's just a possibility. What is an optative? It's something that's not actually happening. It's just a possibility.
oh,
So, okay. Good, good. Now, the second way we can do is we can use an infinitive when we come up with when we have to say he says that something happened. When we need indirect discourse, we can also get it through an infinitive plus a subject accusative. And again, I just want you to look at examples. One of the verbs that does this is nomizo, nomizo, nomio, and nomisa, meaning to consider, to think, or to believe. Right? It's another thanking verb. Are you kidding me? Oh, God. Nomizo, consider. What's the difference between oida, I know or I think, and nomizo, I think or I believe? There is a difference, right? There's a difference between considering and knowing. Look at the first example. Nomize, he, she, or it thanks. Now I get Socrate. And you're going to say, what the hell is Socrate? It looks like a feminine singular nominative. No, it's the accusative of the goofy name Socrates.
nice.
Okay. So he thinks that. There's your indirect discourse. Now we're expecting the subject and the accusative. He thinks that Socrates, poiein, does tuto this. He thinks that Socrates is doing this. Look at the second one. Nomizo Socrate. He thinks that Socrates, poiesai. What happens when we switch to that aorist? He thinks that Socrates did this. Okay. Nomidze Socrate. He thinks that Socrates, poiesein, will do. And here it's not. Will not do tuto this. And finally, enomise. He thought in the past that Socrate, there's your subject accusative, that Socrates, ou poies. I'm sorry, guys. I went to the power hell. Okay. That's indirect statement. Okay. The final way is using a participle plus a subject accusative. That's going to be no different. Just look at one
Okay.
example with me. Angele, he announces Socrate, that Socrates, poiunta, instead of poien, just poiunta. And what does the Participle. Now I'm losing it, Madeline. What does the participle have to look like? It has to be an accusative, exactly like Socrates. Socrate. Exactly like the subject. It has to have that same accusative,
Okay.
singular ending on it. So, okay, cool. Cool, and that's how you do indirect discourse. They're going to give you a summary following this of three types of indirect statement. This is just for you to peruse and say, okay, I've seen how I can have use these different forms, and then finally they give you the verbs that you're going to use. Nomizo, femi, lego, angelo, I stanomai. Look at that one. I perceive that. We get aesthetics from I stanomai. Akuo, I hear. All right, good.
Yeah.
De lo, look at de lo, to make clear. Right, that's one that's going to go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and take that. Good. All right, retain subjunctive. We don't need to worry about the retain subjunctive. Look at polus, pole, polu, meaning much or many. Look at its forms. They look just like first and second declension. Adjectives or nouns, no problem. No problem. And finally, oh, the seriously, people, you want me to learn the noun nous, meaning ship? Yeah, it's got really goofy forms, and it's a common word. Nous, neos. Now, look at this. You're looking at all these forms.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nei. You know, I like that one. Noun. Look at all of those forms, and yet I just read, oh, it was like 3 days ago, a completely new form. That's an older form that Homer likes
Oh,
to use. And it is net os. Look, it doesn't exist here at all, but it is net os. How are you going to know? They just taught you all of these forms. How are you going to know when you're reading Homer and you come across some kind of net os? And you're like, that's not part of the paradigm. Where am I going to fit that in?
mm,
So remember that all the rules that you're being taught are bendable.
okay.
So that's all the grammar from 15 and 16.
Nice.
17, 18, 19, 20 are going to be the same. We can do them 2 units a day. We can take 2 more days and get through all the material. Okay, so
Okay.
by Thursday, we can get through all the material so that Friday we can have a reading. We can pull out a little Greek and just hit some different readings of some great masters that you can say, okay, I'm just going to practice my Greek.
Okay.
And that'll be Friday. But we've got to still burn 2 units a session. So here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
We need to make up for not getting exposed to the exercises. So for the first half of class tomorrow, I want to do exercises from
Okay.
16.
All right.
Exercises from 16. I want you to pick them and I want you to do 5 or 6 of them. Okay. I
Okay.
want you to
All
do
right.
them carefully and completely so that you can
Okay.
come to me tomorrow and give me your 5. Let's just say 5. Let's say, let's cut it down to 4. Give me
Okay.
4 perfect exercises, and then we'll do a couple at sight,
Okay.
and then we'll jump into 17 and 18.
All right.
So read 17 and 18 for tomorrow. Perform 4 exercises where you're doing them perfectly.
Okay.
Perfectly. I'll have you sight read a little Greek yourself, but I want you to give me, like you're presenting, you know how you presented to me the chapters, 2 of the units?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to do the same thing with the exercises, like you were
Okay.
having to present these to the students. And I
All
don't
right.
want to help you at all. That's why I want you to do 4 because I want you to do them perfectly.
Okay.
Perfectly. Okay. And what is this doing? This is helping you. It's doing the same thing. If you have to look up everything in those 4 sentences, you're just going to reinforce what you've been having in 15 and 16.
Right.
So that's the
Okay.
exercise. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Thank you for holding together and agreeing to do this late at night and, all that kind of stuff. I can't thank you enough, Maddalena. And
Of
you're
course.
setting an example for other people. So I don't know. I owe you big time. And yeah, I owe you big time for doing this because you're teaching me more than well, no, I think you're learning more, but you're teaching me a lot. So about,
Cool.
how we can do this course. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything you need
Cool.
from me?
Um, I don't think so. Thank you.
Okay. Send me an email if anything comes up. Otherwise,
Okay.
17, 18, and those exercises from 16, whichever you want,
Cool.
whichever four you want.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See you.
Okay.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
Get rest, Maddie. Good night.
See ya.